Hello there, fellow queers. I'm Rob Sagimura, and this is the Gay Bear Game Cave, where I play games bad, and I look bad doing it. Tonight I'm running the Alliance Raid Roulette again, and it has brought us pretty mercifully into the Void Ark. Void Ark launched with Heaven's Word, and well, it didn't launch with it, but it's from Heaven's Word, and it's fairly easy, and it kind of always was. Even when you were at the level for it originally, it was pretty easy to run through. The mechanics are very quick to learn, and at that point it was also giving out great loot, to be completely honest. At least looking, and well, it was also giving it anyways. So it's made up of basically trash encounter, trash encounter, trash encounter, which I mean is probably pretty standard, but it's less inspired in that way than some of the other raids. These first encounters you're going to face are just, there are 3 of this thing, kill them. It's funny, especially because I think that the non-central encounters in the rest of the Mahaha, as they say in Japanese, Mahaha, raids are pretty put together and challenging. I think that Void Ark feels a little bit like they said to themselves, okay, we heard how you complained about Labyrinth of the Ancients and the entire Crystal Tower series when it first launched. We'll give you some kid gloves to live with for a while. And I, for one, ate it up. It's an interesting storyline too. It introduces the Sky Pirates, which mysteriously show back up in the Endwalker story. Spoiler alert. Though if you haven't finished the main scenario yet, you're probably not doing anything in Endwalker. And it has a lot of this weird lanky cat that everybody should love forever. And as you see, I'm on the 3rd of these trash encounters now, and like there's nothing even to explain. It's do damage and kill the things. And especially when you're in the roulette, there's not a lot to do for these. But we're coming up on our first boss here, who is not bad. Yeah, again, I don't know. He's not challenging, but there are a couple mechanics. I can't remember ever seeing a wipe on Cetus. So let's see if we luck out today. The entire Void Ark line of Alliance raids follows the story of Mahach. I can never think of what it is again because in Japanese it's Mahaha, and that doesn't sound like any language. But basically, they are in part responsible for one of the calamities because they, in order to win a war, I believe with, I want to say Allagan and Nin? It's hard to remember. There's a lot of lore in these games, you know. They dipped into the Void, and that's why we have Void Sent now. And basically, as you're going through the story, you're going through old Mahachan ruins and so forth, and discovering the Void creatures that they left behind and killing them, hopefully. And ultimately ending with the boss of the last raid being a souped up version of Diabolos. Which for the people who have actually been asking, which is the weirdest thing, is that somebody actually asked me a question about my YouTube channel. I am on Diabolos. Because I'm extremely edgy and very metal, so of course Diabolos. But I dug this whole series. I think these raids hold up really well. The problem is that they're just not as hard as they used to be. They don't hold up in difficulty the way that, say, the Ravenaster or Nier raids do. Just fine. Sometimes it's nice to have an easy one. As you can see here, Sawtooth has a few little mechanics you have to try to beat, but we're running through them so fast that I'm almost not able to describe them. There's this lightning flash when you have to come in. There's a jump where you have to make sure you're out from underneath him. Everything is telegraphed for quite a while, and at this point the damage, I believe, has been scaled down significantly, so you're not taking any big hits. Which is especially good because I'm playing a class that wasn't available at the time, so I have like 4 abilities on my bar. And you know, one of the best things about these is that it's a great place to pick up legacy loot, and some of the loot from the Mahach series is really good. But that was Sawtooth. Sawtooth it takes no prior knowledge to run through, and as you see, we are through it. Oddly enough, we're coming up on the next trash phase, which is almost like a puzzle phase. It's one of the ways that the Alliance raids work, is that there are these cooperation encounters in between the larger encounters where the Alliance has to work together. And this one is the only place I've seen a wipe really in here. There's maybe Koochie Lane. Eventually we're gonna spawn some Malboros here, and the entire area is gonna fill with poison, and we're going to have poison, and we're gonna have to work together to clear that out. And nobody remembers how to do it anymore. It's been forever. You can see I'm not even really applying my death design because there's almost no time to do it. But at least these Teredo moths are lasting a while. Oh, and there's one of our Malboros right there. I mean, this one is a pretty standard kill everything line, and hey, it's supposed to be at the entrance, but nobody's at the entrance. So this is one of those clear the air things, and then eventually I got to get off of here, or else I will get electrocuted. You can see there's a lightning bolts coming down on it now. But yeah, I mean, this is so long ago. I mean, if you're one of the many people that has run Void Ark and not known what this section was, kill the Malboros, jump on the plates, clear the poison, get off the plates before the electricity starts. But it's pretty easy to heal you through a lot of the electricity now, so your healer will probably just take care of it if you screw up a little bit. Oddly enough, though, that is one of the places where I've seen a wipe. So we're moving on now to the next boss, which I can't remember what their names are, but basically it's a lizard and a plant, but the plant is kind of a lizard, and the plant is kind of a column, and the lizard is kind of a plant. And they're connected, and there's ads, and it seems like so much more than it really is. You can kind of see him from here. And you see that, yeah, Irmin Sul, and then I forget what the other guy is. He's too far away from you. You actually fight trash versions of this guy, Sawtooth. So Irmin Sul will end up being immune to a type of damage. I think it's either physical range or magical range. Why not? There's not really or magical. And it kind of determines where the raid is supposed to go. Usually you can tell when you start popping a bunch of zeros on him. I'm not seeing it yet, so maybe it's not a mechanic anymore? I thought it usually popped right at the beginning, and we're doing just a devastating amount of damage. This is an important mechanic. Those little bubbly bops in the bottom mean that you're about to get eaten. And basically you just need a tank to do... Okay, so he's not taking magic damage. You basically need a tank to manage each. People who got eaten are now parasites, and they're trying to kill us. I'm trying to get away from him because he'll try to parasite me. That's what that little AoE cone that he's dropping there is, and they get better. There's also a mechanic which I like to call Sticky Foot, where you get these vines of sticky goo all over you. And there are these bugs. I don't usually worry about the bugs too much. Somebody gets them and they go down fast. If you can, kill the bugs. Bring my death design. Oh, and you see, now Irminsul has turned invulnerable. That means that Sawtooth on the other side is about to do a raid-wide AoE, and you have to be behind Irminsul in order to do that damage. Let's see who wipes. Well, they only got 3 dies. 3 dies? Deaths. What's wrong with me? We got more of these Arc heads that are dropping, but the thing is, honestly, we're putting out enough damage where I think we can ignore them. I don't even think there's one really buying me. There's this guy. Should I kill him? Just want me to kill him. With my all-powerful harp. A major change that has come across my account recently is that I have Fantasia'd my Rogadin, or my, I got sticky legged. Somebody's got to come and knock out the sticky leg. Oh no, I got killed by my very sticky leg. Oh my god, are we gonna see a wipe? Are we going to see a wipe in Void Ark? Unprecedented. Getting back to what I was saying, I've recently Fantasia'd my good kitty boy into a Rogadin again, because I'm gonna be 100% real with you. Because I found out that you could be handsome Centurion bearded. I've gone the Gladiator route. You like Gladiator movies? Gotten in touch with my Russell Crowe attraction from when that movie first came out, and I couldn't avoid it. Also, I was getting sick of not being able to use haircuts, and of course I went with the most benign, boring haircut ever, and hats. I like a good hat, especially since we've got this magical extra Dragoon artifact armor coming out with the Radiant Maiming set, which just looks entirely like a Dragoon set, to the point where I've heard, like, it's been on the Reddit and stuff that people are joking about it. But I'm very excited. I've got my first piece here, which is my my mail plate. But yeah, I had to go with the Rogadin again, even though he doesn't have the cute little kitty cat nose that the pink Rogadins have. I forget what they're called. I can't remember. This is a sea wolf, right? I don't know. There's something going on. I actually have this suit that this guy's wearing right here. Fantasia I have used too often to change minor things. But this time I went serious. I couldn't decide if I wanted a bunny or a Rogadin or a kitty cat, and I ultimately decided, yeah, I'll go back to Rogadin, at least to tell myself that I can suppress my furry urges for a little bit longer. Not that I, think it's entirely justified to be lusting after any video game character. You are made of pixels, handsome. So we're going to see how we're going to do this time, if people are actually going to take this seriously. Again, the problem with the entire Mahach series is that it's too easy now, so people don't really treat it seriously, which is where the wipes come from. And we went kind of fast on it last time, so I think we kind of roared through it. B for medicine, C for monster. There aren't that many ads, it wouldn't make sense for us to. Vulnerable again. Everybody hide behind the column. Look how tall I think he is. Look at you up there, you plant. That's what he's saying. Kind of in a Bob Ross mode, I guess. Well, I'm waiting for this. We lost one that time. Also, I think I've made it pretty clear that I have chosen what class I'm going to try to do my endgame progression in. At least for now, I'm sticking with maiming, so that'll be Reaper and Dragoon, 2 classes I love. I have ended up 50ing 50. Man, that's a Realm Reborn throwback. I have max leveled, which is 90. Basically every DPS but Machinist and Bard. I'm actually thinking about doing Bard. And I enjoy all of them. I actually think that I might like Monk the most. But I'm not extremely good at it because it's hard to do optimized. And while I'm not usually doing a great job as Reaper, it's easier to, I think, to keep things managed. But they're all great. I'll run like easier max level stuff on my monk, my samurai, and then all of my magic classes. But for now, I'm going to stick with something I feel like I'm excelling with. It was going to be ninja, but then they changed it ever so slightly, and I'm being a big giant baby about it. So, anybody else get totally lost until they find the treasure chests? I think that's why they put them there. They don't even want to give us loot. They just know we'll never find our way out. But yeah, and I'll be doing some, as far as I know, videos on the classes that I haven't covered yet. Probably looking at Black Mage, Dragoon, and gosh, I want to do Monk, but I'm so bad at it. I'm actually bad at Samurai too. I like both of them, Samurai less so, but I'm not killing it with either of them. So maybe it's early to do it as far as I know video. For now, we're on to our next trash set, which is... It's another one of those where it's like... There's not enough to even... I just noticed that we have the Incredibles on our team. There's a lot of adorable nerds in this game. I really love it. There's like such a positive energy in Final Fantasy XIV that you don't see in other MMOs, where people are just like doing silly, nice things. The other day, I was in a group where we kicked a tank for being negative. We kicked a tank for just being mean to a DPS. I love that. Stand up for what's right in the world. Yeah, you can see there's just a bunch of ads and they're spitting out telegraphs, and who cares? The only thing to know is that those Sepulchre gargoyles will they'll just keep spawning, so you don't even have to really bother killing them. Just kill this guy. Alright, now we can take care of them. Right now, what I'm actually most interested in is getting geared up to do the Savage Raid, which launched last week. Because I want to get in there and get some of the gear from it, but also I'm terrified. And I was in a queue for a while last night, and I ended up not getting in. I know I should use the party finder for it, but I haven't picked up on this. I'm extremely antisocial. So dropping into a party finder is a lot of times really nerve-wracking for me. I only did it the last time I did it. This might be crazy. I think the last time I did it was for Ravana Extreme. Is that even right? I can't remember. It's been a while. Or Ravana Hard. Ravana Hard probably is what it was. I don't know if Ravana Extreme ever dropped. I can't remember. But it has been a while. I don't do it very much. Right now we're on Koochie Lane, which is how I understand that's pronounced. Based loosely off of the, what do you call it? I forget what they call them. Eidolon? Aeon? Whatever. In Final Fantasy XII, who is based around poison and who you can beat if you have bubble belts, and pretty much not otherwise. That's not true. Very easy with bubble belts. This guy's going to spew out a lot of poison all the time. This whole thing is basically a giant heal check. There's a lot of mechanics in it, but they're all very simple, and he goes down quite quickly most of the time. And I believe after this we only have the last boss, which is Kidnap, who is, I think, kind of fun, honestly. Not that challenging anymore, but interesting. It really matters if your tanks know their mechanics. They actually pulled a couple of the bosses for this one for trash in Endwalker, I've noticed. Because you fight, I think it's the weird Malboros, what are they called, like an overtuned thorn or something like that, in Garlemald. They use their tentacle ability. Air in the room goes thick. Gur Tower, these. I guess I should do this. Pretend that I'm playing the game, right? then I can be living up to my moniker. The nice thing about saying that I'm always playing games badly is that I don't have to try as hard because I'm just breaking my mind. Very, very easy to do some of these things better than I do. I just don't. I've got a job. I was talking to my therapist about how, like, I have some instances where I do really well in a dungeon or something, and I'll record it and I'll say, well, I have to say that I'm playing the game bad. My understanding, by the way, since it's been years, is that you want to be in these portals. Kill the foo bars, because if he eats them, that's bad. But you know, I'm saying that I'm playing these games badly, and like I can see pretty much flat out that I'm not. And it's like, maybe I don't really know how bad I am the whole time. There we go. I knew you'd be back. I knew you'd show up. But thankfully, you all give me, I don't even know what's watching this, give me an outlet to continue to play games bad. Oh, this is the one. So, Pestilence, I believe, is the ability where you need to be up on these. Yeah. You're still going to get hit. These platforms do something. Again, the whole thing is basically a giant heal check. This is a mechanic. It's called Black Phone. I don't remember the last time I saw somebody actually do it. Because it's very easy to just kill them. Like that. I am endless as the stars. It's been proven larger. So this is an example of some of the Void Ark gear. This is the casting robe. Very, very witchy, very hot girl fall. But I've got... I used to have a full set. I think I sold it. I think I vendored it for cash. I'm at a pretty good item level right now because I've been vendoring everything and running everything for money. And I spent all of it on any gear that would get me over that 580. And I am at like 580.1 with my 590 armor, which counts not enough. From there, I'm at 580. Means that technically I can do Savage 4, but emotionally, I bet I could probably do it, but I feel tender and soft. Anyway, this is a kitten. I've already done some of the mechanics here. But, as a DPS, you want to find the thing that looks like her butt, which is odd because her butt is kind of like up in the air, and you want to sit right behind it. You know, see how she kind of hangs there? She's all weird. Actually, you can stand kind of right in front of her too. You can tell when people haven't done this as much because they're going to sit. I guess I have that vulnerability stack, but they're not going to sit behind her or in that line up behind her because that's where she has one of her most hitting moves. I can't remember a single striker. Alright, it's gonna split up. You have to know your letter. A to the left, C to the right, B straight center. The tanks should know to pull all three parts away from each other. Sinister to the left, because that's what Sinister means. Dexter to the right, and Echidna right up to the center. You see, they're not doing it. They have to separate them. Come on, tanks. There we go. Because they're going to get a buff to... I can't remember if it's at their damage or their invulnerability or vulnerability down. But in any case, yeah, let's take damage up. You need to separate them, kill all three ads as separated, and then they're going to reform into a raid wide. Gehenna. I think that's the tattoo I got when I was on spring break in Con 2. You chose to watch this. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe it's got 0 views. So that's really it. She will run through these phases. There's a couple other things, which there's a large-scale raid AoE that you just have to dodge out of the way of. You want to take these guys down. She also has her Petrifying Gaze, which I think that is coming up. No, that was the Sickle Strike. Oh, Sickle Strike I want to be out for. Sclamp. We'll do it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's the Petrification. You just want to be turning away. Whenever you see that eye, it means you want to be looking away. Somebody always gets caught. Don't feel guilty if it's you. Somebody always gets caught. It's all of our duties to get caught. Goodness, petrification. Alright, and she's going to jump, and then she's going to do a slishy slash around everybody, so you just have to get out of it. Slishy slash. I mean, other than that, there's not really much left to this fight. I mean, you can see she's at 6%. Even when it launched, there wasn't that much more to it. Ugh. So that's the thing, is you really want to get in before that. Before her snake legs fall off. Because it's just time consuming. Will they split them? The world may never know. Another petrification coming up. You can see though, these things just take absolute boats of damage. Let's go down so fast in this fight. And there she is. Recombine. Gehenna. And then she's dead. So that's it. That's, well, we'll go ahead and look at the loot. Yeah, healing. This is one of the things that I like in this, is the Void Ark helmet. It looks cute. I think I bought this thing, or got this thing like 9 times. There's also this crafting material, the coffin lids, that only comes from here. I already have her. I don't think anybody uses them for anything anymore, but maybe I'm wrong. And then there's the cool little minion, which I apparently have somewhere. Oh, look at that. I forgot I had that. Where is she? I don't know. She's in here somewhere. She's in a little box. There she is. So, yeah, that's it. That's the Void Ark, part 1 of the Mahach series. Again, pretty simple, nice relaxing run. Great for a Thursday night. You know, as always, I feel like I played pretty badly, but it was good because it was bad content. But at least I look bad doing it. I'm like, bad. Thanks for watching. Bye.